Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
What is up, everybody? It's your old friend IndyCarTim here with it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It is the 2025 Memorial Recap right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. You can find us at fanstreamsports.com. You can find us on X. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, just wherever there's a social media outlet, we're probably there. You can watch the show at fanstreamsports.com on YouTube, any of those places, or wherever you get your podcasts later that same day. We do the recap on Monday. We do the preview on Wednesday. It is normally me and Mr. Johnny Gerber, PGA of America member Johnny Gerber, but he is traveling today and will not be on the show, nor will he provide us with a video recap of his picks for this week. He did have a winner. So I'm baffled as to why he doesn't want to brag about it so much. But that's, kind of what he does sometimes. It's what he does sometimes, and deservedly so, after picking the long shot ham sandwich winner last week, a week ago, in Ben Griffin at a 48-1 click there. But yes, it is the 2025 Memorial Tournament recap. It is, once again,
Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler winning the tournament. And for those of you expecting me to provide you with another epic rant, as I sometimes do when Scottie Scheffler wins, you won't get that from me today. Because, look, when I criticize pretty frequently, I criticize Scottie Scheffler pretty often, and I think deservedly so. But Scottie Scheffler showed me a little something this week. And I don't know why it was this week. I don't know why this week was any different than any other week that he wins, because, good God, he's winning enough now, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal anymore. But he certainly showed me some gumption. He showed me some moxie, some spunk. Y'all don't take that and make that dirty. It's not what it was meant to be. If you're a fan of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, you're a big fan of the word spunk. No, it's not dirty. But I was quite impressed with the way Scottie handled himself in the final round. I was impressed with the way Scottie handled himself in the winner's circle. And we got something you don't often see from Scottie. So here's our show card today that you saw before I came on the air. And what do you see right there from Scottie in the photo that I'm showing you right there? That's called some emotion. That's called some fire. You got a fist bump. You got a yeah out of Scottie. And you never get that from Scottie Scheffler. And that's kind of why I've been so hard on him this year. I didn't have time to do it last year. I didn't have time to think about it. But certainly this year, I've been on him a little bit. After his last win, I just posted a big fat yawn on social media, because that's what you normally get when Scottie's in a tournament. And when Scottie wins a tournament, you just get the big fat yawn. And John Hill, you are correct. Scottie handled his son's dirty diaper just like he handled Muirfield Village. By the way, that was hilarious. If you didn't watch the tournament, if you didn't see the post-tournament sequence there, it was pretty funny, because the wife handed Scottie the baby right after he won. Of course, the camera's on Scottie's face as he holds the baby up and is holding the baby like this. There's a big, juicy, wet, brown spot on the back of the baby's onesie. And I've had enough kids to know what we call that in the parental community. We call that a blowout, because it came out of the top of the diaper in the back. And that's how you know it's a good day for the kid, man. Those are usually the ones that they giggle at, they laugh at it, because it kind of tickles them. Just for a minute, though, because then they want it off of them as immediate as possible. Kind of like if you were grown up and you blew out your underwear. But, yeah, that was pretty funny, John. That was maybe my favorite moment, other than the fist bump that we got to see. Welcome to the show, by the way, John Hill. And, it's different. To me, it's a departure for him. And that's okay, man. I'm fine with that. It's not that I don't like Scottie. I do like Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler.
I just hate his robotic-like existence. I would like to see what we saw, and it's a start. It wasn't great, but it was a start. I'm not saying he's going to go down the 18th fairway high-fiving the fans when he's leading a tournament. I don't even need to see that. But a grin, maybe a little fist bump when he hits an important shot that works out well for him, or maybe just bleeping out some cuss words when a shot doesn't go well for him. He doesn't have to be Jordan Spieth, okay? Jordan goes a little overboard sometimes. But I would certainly like to see just some human emotion from
Scottie Scheffler.
Just from now and every now and then, and I would be okay with it. And I think that's what we got. And that's a big deal. And you know what? I'm on him when he doesn't. So I'm certainly going to give my props to him when he does. And that was an important moment, I think, for him professionally, and I'm not even talking about the win. I think that was an important moment for him professionally just because of the way he handled the situation. So hopefully we have more of that, because we certainly have as many more wins coming in the near future and the distant future with
Scottie Scheffler.
And for those of you that haven't seen this stat, yes, John, you are correct. John points out to us only three other pro golfers have reached the 16th tour victory in a lesser amount of time than Scottie Scheffler. Those three players: Tiger Woods, Sam Snead, and the host this week, Jack Nicklaus. So that's some pretty big shoes to fill, some big company there, I think, with
Scottie Scheffler.
I'm going to have to retire that button. That makes Johnny a little mad every time I use it. But, and I'm good for Scottie. Like I said, we just need to see some more of that from him on a weekly basis when he wins. But he did it again. The world number one shows us why he's the world number one. He's also the first player on the tour since Tiger Woods, who did it 3 years in a row, to successfully defend his title at the Memorial. It's his third win of the 2025 PGA Tour season, all coming in his last 4 starts. He gets that big, fat $4 million winner's check. He's going to go buy him some new diapers and go buy him some onesies for the kid, probably with a few other things. Maybe a couple of shots of testosterone. He might need a couple of shots of testosterone, I think. Just to get the motions going a little bit. Scottie, come on. Of course, he led entering Sunday's final round. He held off a cluster of challengers at Muirfield Village to claim a 4-stroke win over Ben Griffin at 10 under. By the way, how about Ben Griffin? How about this guy coming out of nowhere? We've been talking for a couple of years. He's just right on the brink. And then we said once he gets that win, the floodgates are going to open. Well, they haven't opened yet, but he's got his 2 wins, his of course, team win, and now he's got his individual win, and he's going to be at the top of a lot of these leaderboards this season and in the future. And how great would it be to see Ben Griffin join the likes of Scottie, Xander, Rory, as those regular participants up at the top of the leaderboard every week. Just have us a log jam of guys that we expect to see up there. But the reigning 3-time PGA Tour Player of the Year has now converted 9 straight outright 54-hole leads into victories dating back to the 2023 Phoenix Open, extending the 1-stroke edge he held over Griffin entering round 4 in Dublin to run away with the championship over the back 9. Among Scheffler's career 16 PGA Tour wins, which he now matches his fellow buddy and fellow American Justin Thomas, 13 have come at major championships, 3, signature events, 9, and the Tour Championship, the biggest money tournaments that are on the calendar. So, does Scottie show up for big tournaments? Well, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it? It's incredible, man, the run that he's on. And again, all props to him for the ability, for the talent, for the ability to do it, man. Just, you can have the talent and still not do it. We got lots of guys that are talented on the PGA Tour, and some of them don't have any wins yet. Ben Griffin was one of those guys until this year. Tommy Fleetwood's one of those guys. So they're out there, but you got to be able to put it all together. Scheffler has also won at the Phoenix Open, 2 in the state of Texas, along with a gold medal winning effort at the 2024 Paris Olympics, and then 2 victories, of course, at the Hero World Challenge. The Memorial marks the 5th tournament that Scheffler has conquered more than once, joining the Masters, the Players' Championship, the Arnold Palmer, and, of course, we just mentioned the Phoenix Open. So here are your golfers that Scottie, golly, now I'm referring to Scottie as Tiger. Let's not make that mistake. That Scottie joins with the quickest between their 1st and 16th win. So Scottie did it in 3 years, 108 days. Tiger Woods, 3 years and 95 days. Jack Nicklaus did it in 3 years and 52 days. So now Sam Snead, still at the top of that, 2 years and 182 days. How about that? What a showing that was for Sam Snead back in the day. And it's funny that Johnny's not here to defend himself, but if I would have read that stat, Johnny would have said, yeah, but there was like five guys that played every tournament back then. Because he's an idiot. He doesn't know golf history. No, he just jokes around about that. But clearly I think that golf is more competitive now than it was 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 80 years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's just the impression I get. But so, on Saturday, before the final round even began, a lot of people were already giving him the tournament, but, he had kind of a rough Sunday, if you were paying attention. His ball striking wasn't great. That led him to missing his first 4 greens in regulation. But as has been the case for him most of the year, he was able to put it all together on the back 9 to pick up all of the slack that he left on the front 9. Those up and downs were successfully converted on all of those holes that he missed the fairways on, and he maintained that slight advantage that he had over Ben Griffin. The difference bounced between 1 and 2 strokes for the most part on the front 9 before Scheffler made his only bogey of the weekend on the par 4 10th, heading to the par 5 11th, 1 stroke clear of Griffin. Then he got that drop shot back immediately on the par 5, as he often does on those. And he quickly put the pedal to the metal and his foot on the gas. He picked up strokes on Griffin on numbers 11, 12, and 13 to move 4 shots clear of him. And then he turned in what a performance that turned out to be just a one-man show, as he often does. And, going back to last year, that historic 2024 run that he went on was defined by just otherworldly ball striking. His 2025 season is a far different story. He's still the best player in the world. He's now far and away the most complete in the game as he pulls the correct trigger at the precise time and time again, better than he did last year. He gets himself into a little bit more trouble this year, I think, but he's able to pull out of it better than he could last year. So, and that's kind of what makes him so dangerous, I think. There's no weaknesses in his game. There's no holes to poke or questions to ask with Scottie. He can win any tournament in any setting among any type of field through any kind of weather against anyone. I mean, it's just, that's who he is. It's his second Memorial win, his second straight handshake with Jack Nicklaus just off the 18th green at Muirfield Village. And it just gives us another reminder, as if we needed one. This is Scottie Scheffler's world right now, and we are all just watching him dominate it. We're going to take a quick break here on From the Rough, and then we will come back and talk a little more golf, obviously, a little more Scottie Scheffler. We're going to talk a little Ben Griffin, talk about some of the other guys that were there that, golly, don't even really get mentioned anymore, right? There were other golfers on the course, I promise. We'll talk about them. We will do our grades and talk about a few other things and maybe address your comments if you've got any for us here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCar Tim. We'll be back after this. Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go! Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I am IndyCar Tim. This is a solo From the Rough as Johnny Gerber, PGA of America member Johnny Gerber, is traveling as he left the friendly confines of Columbus and Muirfield Village, headed back to the Kansas City that greets him so warmly every time and cries every time he leaves. I just made that up. That was very poetic of me. I hope he hears that. John Hill wants to know if there is any insider or From the Rough info on the movie Happy Gilmore 2. John, I will tell you that everything that I've seen, you should expect nothing less than what we got in the first movie, which was sheer joy. and comedic genius. Yeah, I'm super, super excited about it as it comes out. What is it, this month on Netflix? I can't remember the release date. But they just released the most recent trailer here over the weekend, I believe. And it's pretty amazing, featuring several of your favorite PGA Tour players and a couple of the ones from that other thing that they try to project as golf that's not necessarily there. John, you know what? I'm wondering the same thing, too, as he asked, why did Max Homa choose to walk 36 holes today in the U.S. Open qualifier without a caddy? I don't know. I have not had time to contact him. Max and I are obviously good buddies. We talk a lot on the show about him, but, yeah, he's a little busy today. So I have not had a chance to find that out, but I will most certainly have spoken to him by Wednesday's preview and have all that information for you. But I thought that was a little bit odd myself, as I have not, again, haven't spoken with him or heard anything about that quite yet. Today's show also brought to you, as we always are, by your friends over at Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. It's travel, philanthropy, culture, lifestyle, dining, beverages. They got some great features in that monthly digital copy. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and put your email address in there, and they will very nicely and polite you and consistently and regularly send their digital copy to your inbox each and every month. Go check out the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, one of my favorite features. The Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Bachelorette of the Month. By the way, I was their Golf Bachelor of the Month earlier this year. Or was it late last year? I can't remember. It might have been late last year. I can't remember. And I still think I'm the best one ever. So you guys go check all of those out and let me know if I'm the best one ever. They don't have an official vote for that, but you could certainly just post it on social media and go, IndyCarTim was by far the best Golf Bachelor of the Month for Golf Central Magazine in the history of ever. And that thing's been around for a long time. But we appreciate our friends Shannon and Terry over at Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. Let's get into a little bit of the also-rans, if you will, at the 2025 Memorial Tournament. By the way, it's always, watching the broadcast, it's always fun to hear Jack on the broadcast. You know, he doesn't do that except for at his place, obviously. And watching guys struggle during the broadcast, you can just see Jack just sort of grinning a little bit, and he's, you know, it's funny hearing him predict putts. You got guys hitting 30-foot putts on these undulating triple break greens. It's funny, he'll tell you exactly where it's going, and when they miss it by 13, 14 feet, Jack was right the whole way. He goes, yeah, he's probably going to miss it to the left here, you know, but it's just interesting hearing his insight. Obviously, he knows the course better than anybody else, and it's one of those things. Suck those things up, man, because probably not going to have those much more. But, you know, don't want to jinx anything. But, how dare me. But always fun to see Jack on the air. So let's get into your guy that finished second at 6 under. That would be one Ben Griffin. He's won twice this season, and he hung tough, I thought, with Scottie over the week, and especially on Sunday. He opened with a 65. He held serve in the middle 2 rounds that set up the Sunday pairing with Scottie. And, you know, I thought he handled himself pretty well, but a couple of short misses, a couple of loose swings during the meat of that round on Sunday were kind of his undoing, I thought. The experience will serve as another learning opportunity for him. He's just 29. He is continuing every week to get more and more experience, and the more he can get playing with guys like Scottie, he's not usually paired with the leaders, obviously. That has changed this year. He will continue to set new personal highs, personal bests, week by week. And boys and girls, look out. His U.S. Ryder Cup consideration is more than warranted at this point right now. I would be shocked if you do not see his name on the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Griffin now has 3 top 2 finishes in his last 6 starts after only registering 2 across his first 89 professional tournaments. His 7 top 10 finishes this season are second most on the PGA Tour, only behind Scottie Scheffler. That's right. A couple of disappointments, kind of, for me. By the way, I gave Ben Griffin an A. I will grade these guys here for you. Ben Griffin, a big fat A. At T7, finishing at 1 under, a couple of guys here. Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. I'm a big Ricky Fowler fan. I don't know that I'm as big of a fan as these sponsor exemptions maybe as I used to be. I don't know. I'm not against them yet. I'm definitely not against them like I am signature events. I think those are ridiculously asinine and serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever. There are other ways to accomplish what they think those accomplish without excluding everybody. But, yeah, Ricky had to use a sponsor's exemption. He made the most of it. He held a late tee time on Sunday, which is good. He had 3 straight top 16 finishes on the tour, with this one coming with the added bonus of punching his ticket to the Open at Royal Portrush. Don't forget that the Memorial is part of the British Open qualifying series, and invites the highest not otherwise exempt finisher into the final major of the year. So Ricky's got a little momentum finishing up at Muirfield Village. Jordan Spieth's game is better than it has been. He's still not quite there. And his game, I think, is better when he is in contention over the weekend. I don't know if I don't think he just tries harder. But clearly with more to play for on Sunday when you have the later tee times, maybe you're digging a little deeper. I don't know. But he sizzled from tee to green. Made a ton of birdies to get his name on the first page of the leaderboard, but he also made a ton of mistakes on Saturday. 6 birdies, 6 bogeys, and 6 pars. That is sort of, I think, emblematic of the state of his game right now. He's close. This performance should serve as another building block. We keep saying that he's putting together building blocks. At some point, he's got to finish building whatever it is that he's putting building blocks toward, right? He just can't keep building. At some point, you got to get there. So he's kind of stuck in that mode. But I gave Spieth a C+. I gave Ricky an A-. And no, there is absolutely no scorecard or anything that I use, no point system to come up with these grades. It is just based on effort and expectations, I think. And it's different for every guy. So, I think it kind of should be. It shouldn't surprise anybody. At T16, our guy who we keep saying is one of the best in the world very early in his career, and up until this year he showed it. But if there's anybody suffering the sophomore slump on the PGA Tour, it's this guy. T16 at 1 over par, Ludwig Åberg. He's just had such an uninspiring season since his win at the Genesis. Other than the top 10 at the Masters, he had a final round 66 that he shot up the leaderboard and into the top 20 for just the 4th time all year and the first since that Masters finish. His iron play and his short game carried the load on Sunday. He's got to continue to do whatever the work is that he's doing the rest of the summer if he wants to contend in the big tournaments like the U.S. Open, where, don't forget, a year ago he held the 36-hole lead. The former Texas Tech Red Raider. Guns up! Wreck 'em! T31, by the way, I gave Ludwig Åberg a B. T31 at 5 over, and this guy, I thought he was out of it after Thursday's 80. But Justin Thomas, he shot an 80 on Thursday. He came back, he made the weekend, but it never really materialized into any threats on the top of the leaderboard. He is struggling on golf courses that present problems off the tee as he only hit 18 fairways through the first 3 rounds. His putter continues to improve. He's been impressive with the short stick. His ability to compete in tougher tournaments, I think, is going to be limited until he can figure out the driver. On these tight courses, it's really, really tough to compete if you can't hit fairways. And as Johnny mentioned over the weekend, or last week in the preview, because he was out on the course earlier in the week, it was like U.S. Open rough out there. And you can't hit out of that stuff. You can't play your game out of that stuff. And only hitting 18 fairways through the first 54 holes, that's not good enough. Justin Thomas, I give you a D. Big fat D. How you like that? Some of the other notables that we had, Sepp Straka finished third. Keegan Bradley finished T7. Patrick Cantlay, T12. Akshay Bhatia, Tommy Fleetwood, and Sung J M were all T16. Colin Morikawa, T20. Victor Hovland, Xander Schauffele, T25. Don't have time really to get into all of those guys. I wanted to talk a little bit about Fleetwood and maybe Hovland and Straka, but that's more fun when Johnny's around because I can bounce stuff off of him. But, I thought all in all, an enjoyable tournament. It's always enjoyable at Muirfield Village. We're going to try to be out there, both of us out there next year, Johnny and I both, maybe doing some broadcasting from the media center if we're allowed. Sometimes I don't let people like us in there, but we're going to try. John Hill chimes in once again and says, Jordan Spieth had the best 2-over round ever on a Sunday. He did not hit a spectator 4 down. Yes, that is a fact, John. Boy, he came close, though, didn't he? That was a close one, man. But you know what? You're going to stand there. That's on you. And I know the marshals try to move you back, or even the player himself was, hey, can you guys back up about 10 feet? Jordan didn't think they were in their way, but they were certainly in his sight line, which as a golfer would bother me. But I just thought that was odd that they were allowed to stand there. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just go find it. God, I swear it was just, he buzzed the tower on a couple of those people. He clearly buzzed the tower with a couple of those people who were standing where they should not have been standing. But the tour allowed it. The marshals allowed it. Jordan didn't care. And he almost could have killed somebody. That's so crazy for me to think that they were just okay standing there. I don't care if it's a pro golfer or not. Even if it's Happy Gilmore, I'm probably not going to stand there. But it is what it is. Tell you what, we've got, don't have Johnny's evaluation of his picks, but we do have his picks. So let's go ahead and finish our break here, and then we'll come back. I will go over Johnny's picks for you guys. We've kind of already covered some of the players, but we'll come back, talk about those. And I will even, since Johnny's not here, I'm even going to recap my dartboard picks, because I had a dartboard pick hit. Doesn't happen very often for me, but it does. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. Special shout out to Tomstown, tomstown.com, Tomstown Distillery in Kansas City, Missouri. Go check out their website for their vodka, their gin, their bourbon. Small town distillery, big town flavor. I love it. They've got some great seltzers as well, and they are available to ship to at least 41 states, including where you are. I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I don't know where you guys are. But go check out tomstown.com. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man, Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things? To showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. Johnny PGA of America member Gerber is traveling today and not with us. He's not dead. He's just not with us today. But he will be back on Wednesday with our preview for you for this week. Can't wait to get into that. That's going to be a fun one. Probably might do, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything out of turn until we figure it out. But we will figure it out. Special thanks to turflifeclub.com. Our buddies over at Turf Life. Head over there, get you a window sticker. One of their fun things over there, a hat, t-shirt, some shorts, whatever, to show everybody that you live the turf life. Turflifeclub.com. We will see you over there. Just like I said, kind of wrapping up just a wonderful week, I thought, on the golf course with Jack Sting and Scottie Scheffler. If you missed it earlier in the show, go back and listen. I'm not going on a rant because Scottie won once again, because I thought this one was a little bit different. He had the fist bump. Look, I'll show you the card again, all right? This was his fist bump when he won. I don't know. Just look at him. He looks like he was enjoying the moment. And he doesn't always look like that. And by the way, can I just give him some advice on his dress? Can you just wear maybe some things that look a little more exciting? You got a bajillion sponsors. I'm not saying go out there and Ricky Fowler it up. I don't want to see you in orange, in Longhorn orange. Good God, burnt orange is the worst color in America. Horns down, by the way. Screw y'all. I don't want to see him in UT orange, burnt orange. But I'd like to see him in maybe something. I don't know. Does he ever wear black? I know it's hot. What would you think about Scottie, especially if he grew the beard back or get the beard back to where it was? Not this, obviously. Me and Shane Lowry have to share this look. But, grow the beard back and maybe throw in some black. Black top, black pants. Tiger had his red shirt thing on Sundays. I think Scottie needs to come up with a bit. Just a bit we can all get behind and give us a reason to cheer for him. And don't give me this crap you're cheering because he always wins. That's a bunch of bullshit, and you know it. We need a reason to cheer for Scottie. I might have to get that trending on something somewhere. Think I could get anything trending? I have enough pull to start something trending. I did trend. I did have Nico was right. Hashtag Nico was right trending after the Luka trade because he was. It was the right move. Still believe it. Screw y'all that don't. Y'all don't know basketball very much. I get it. He was popular. I liked him as a player. But I'm a Mavs fan. I'm not a Luka fan. All you guys that hated that trade, y'all are just Luka fans. You're not even Mavs fans. Yeah, we're not getting into that again. I could do a whole nother hour on that. But you know what? Good for Scottie. Got a little bit of emotion out of him before he had the explosion in the baby's diaper he had to deal with. And that was really funny. The most dad thing ever, right? Just won $4 million. Became the second player ever to repeat at Muirfield Village. And you join a list of 3 golfers as the 4th fastest to 16 wins in your career with Sam Snead, Jack, and Tiger. And you're dealing with a blowout in your baby's diaper on the green just minutes after sinking the putt. Thought it was great. I love that for Scottie. Love that for golf. You never see that on that other stupid tour over there. Pfft. They even still around? I don't even know. Nothing but fun over there. Let's get into some picks that Johnny gave us and that I gave us here on From the Rough. We'll take a look at. Let's do mine first. You want to? We don't ever do these. I don't ever recap mine just because why? Johnny's here and his are the real ones. But we got some time here. Let's recap mine. Here are mine before the tournament. I gave you Sepp Straka as my winner, Jordan Spieth as my top 10, and JT Poston as my top 20. I got a hit, boys and girls. I got a hit in my top 10 because here are your results. Yes, I changed the photo. Don't get freaked out by it. Sepp Straka, he was up there, finished 3rd. Jordan Spieth, T7. So clearly he was a winner in the top 10, but again, we don't put money on mine. We put money on Johnny's. And then JT Poston completely baffled everyone and missed the cut here. No surprise to anybody there at all that happened. So then let's get to Johnny's. If we can get to that. Somewhere is his intro. Here we go. Coming at you on Wednesday, Johnny gave you his picks. Here they were. If you're following us on social media, if you watch the JP Peterson show on Wednesday mornings, if you watch our From the Rough Wednesday preview, you got to see all of these, and you had plenty of time to put your money down. He had Tommy Fleetwood at 25-1, Siwoo Kim at 33-1, Andrew Novak at 40-1. His ham sandwich, which is where he got his winner a week ago, and Ben Griffin at, I believe, 48-1 was Ben Griffin's winning. He had Denny McCarthy at 45-1 in the ham sandwich. His 2 top 20s, Tony Finau at plus 375, Harris English at plus 425. In his top 20, he had Tom Hoagie at plus 280 and Cameron Davis in his top 35. How did all of that work out for you, Johnny? As I ask, without you being there, here's how things turned out for Johnny. Tommy Fleetwood missed out on a top 15 in the tops with a T16. Siwoo Kim T31, Andrew Novak T51. Denny McCarthy in the ham sandwich sole possession of 55th place in his top 10. Tony Finau T31. Harris English just missing out, hitting on the card in T12, just missing out on the top 10. But he had a hit in Tom Hoagie, finished T7. Will hit in the top 20. And, of course, Cameron Davis, he just had one missed cut on the card, which is pretty good, pretty remarkable, actually. As Cameron Davis forgot how to play golf on Thursday and Friday. I don't even know what his score was. I didn't look. He missed the cut. But, you know, Johnny will tell you it's not his best card, and it's clearly not. He had the one hit. Probably negative money for this week, but that's why you got to play every single week. He will tell you. You play every single week because he will also tell you that if you are not following, you are not winning. You got to follow the system. You got to follow him each and every week. You got to place your bets. Place every bet. It doesn't matter if it's $1 a bet. I don't think most places will take $1 a bet, but you can do 5. Like, doesn't have to be 1,000. I don't know what Johnny literally posts millions and millions of dollars in bets each and every week. I'm just kidding. I don't know what he bets. But, if you want to do $5 per bet, $10, $100, whatever it is, $500, again, it's your choice. But you just got to do it consistently, and that's where you find the value. Listen to Johnny's picks each and every week on our show, on the JP Peterson Show on Wednesday mornings, or follow along Wednesday with us at, let's see, I'm at IndyCarTim. He is at J Gerber PGA Pro. We are at From the Rough PGA, or just find us on Facebook. We posted on Instagram, obviously, and everywhere else every Wednesday. If you haven't found them by now, if you're new, I'll be happy to help you find them. But if you're not and you haven't found out, I don't know what to tell you, because they're all out there. They're everywhere. They're in the air and everywhere. Like the Bugaloos. Y'all probably don't remember the Bugaloos. One of my favorite childhood shows. They're in the air and everywhere. The Bugaloos. The Bugaloos. We're in the air and everywhere, flying high. That's all I remember. But they had the pink Bugaloo Joy. That was my joy. One of those weird, like, Saturday morning British. It wasn't a cartoon. It wasn't animated. It was real actors dressed up in stuff. I need to recap some Bugaloos, man. It's one of my favorite shows back in the day. I'm showing my age, you guys. I don't know how old y'all are. If y'all remember the Bugaloos, let me hear from you. 214-937-0569. That is the FanStream Sports text line. Once we're off the air, just tell me that you remember the Bugaloos. You can either do it in the comments section under the YouTube video or wherever you're watching on X for Facebook, or just go to the FanStream Sports Studio text line, 214-937-0569. I want to know if you heard of the Bugaloos and if you watched the Bugaloos back in the day. One of my all-time favorite things. Either way, that is going to wrap it up for us. We will come back on Wednesday, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here on FanStream Sports for a new From the Rough with PGA of America member Johnny Gerber and me, IndyCarTim. Everywhere you find your podcast later the same day, we will come back for the Wednesday preview. Might be a special one. I don't know yet. I can't tell you because I don't know yet. But when I do find out, we'll post it on social media for you, even if it's a regular show. Don't tell me these are not entertaining, guys. Come on now. 6,000 of you watching at any given moment at a time. I know y'all are entertained. John, thank you. I appreciate you, buddy. And we will see you tomorrow morning on the JP Peterson Show on FanStream Sports from 10 to noon Eastern. Go check me and JP out over there, and check out John Hill chiming in with the Peanut Gallery as he often does. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, y'all keep hitting them straight.